Are you feeling nervous about how to navigate those things of this season, the summer season, whether it is barbecues, celebrations, weddings, graduations, all those fun things of summer? Do they give you a little trepidation? Are you a little fearful about how to navigate those things after weight loss surgery? Hey there, my name is Diana Lopez, and I am your bariatric dietitian at My Bariatric Adventure, the place where we help you navigate the twists and turns of your bariatric adventure. And in this video, we are going to give you some guidelines and some tips to navigate all these fun events of summer without falling off track, without making yourself sick, and so you can enjoy yourself when you're spending time with family and friends. And hey, if you stick around to the end, I've got 2 pro tips for you. If you enjoy going to the beach, some ideas for you on those beach days of how to stay on track on those days. And hey, if you stick around to the very, very end, I have got a freebie for you to help you be successful on your journey. All right, so let's dive in. Let's start talking about how to navigate these summer celebrations well and have a great time and not be nervous about those. All right, let's get started. So as you get ready to navigate some of these celebrations of summertime, there's a few key things that you want to keep in mind. That number one thing is to plan ahead. So whether it's a wedding or a graduation, a family reunion, maybe it's a holiday like Memorial or Labor Day or 4th of July, and you're trying to figure out what to do for those holidays, number one would be to plan ahead. So whether you know the menu, you don't know the menu, so let's take it kind of if it's a family gathering. So you're going to be barbecuing out with the family together, you're going to be grilling out, you're going to be at the pool together doing fun stuff. So what are some things that you want to focus on? One is, what is a good source of protein for you at the event? So even with things we don't control, like a wedding where you get kind of two, maybe you don't get a choice at all, but usually there's some sort of meat or some sort of protein there. So what is the protein that you're going to have? Are there fruits and veggies that are going to be available for you, things that you can eat? Are there healthy carbs? Are there also a little bit of maybe some sort of healthy fat there? So start thinking ahead. If you are hosting at your house or maybe a family member's hosting at their house, start planning ahead with them, asking them what the menu is, what is everybody bringing, or what's going to be there, so that you can determine what you need to do. Because maybe you need to bring some stuff for yourself. Maybe you're still in that liquid diet phase, and so you might need to bring some protein shakes or some of the things you're drinking. If you're in the soft diet phase, maybe you can't do the grilled chicken they're doing on the grill, but maybe you can bring a piece of salmon or some other fish for them to grill up for you. Or maybe you can bring chicken salad or tuna salad or something like that. And so you want to make sure that you're bringing something that you can eat if they don't have things that for you to choose from. All right, so that is our tip number 1. Tip number 2 is to stay hydrated. I feel like in almost every video I'm talking about hydration because it's so very important. So you want to stay hydrated, whether it's an outdoor event. Surely I live in Florida, it's hot. And so we want to make sure that there is water or Crystal Light or whatever it is that you prefer to drink, that you have got that there on hand. And so do they have plenty of water for you to drink, or your favorite drink, or you got to bring a few extra bottles for yourself? Or maybe you bring something like a sugar-free lemonade or unsweet tea or something like that that everybody else can drink as well. So that is potentially an option for you. So we're usually encouraging you to avoid those sugary drinks, things that are going to make you not feel good, make you feel sick. And then also alcohol. We're usually encouraging you to avoid alcohol. But if you are drinking, make sure you're getting a lot of water in, a lot of hydrating things, and be super careful because it doesn't take much for you to start feeling a buzz if you're drinking. And so you want to be super careful with that. And just make sure you're keeping yourself well hydrated. All right? Okay, so that is tip number 2. Tip number 3 is to be mindful of your mindset when you're getting ready to go and spend time at these celebrations. What are you thinking about? Are you motivated and encouraged and inspired to continue doing what you're doing? Or if you end up having a little slip up or having a bite or two or a little more of something that you didn't feel that you should, are you going to end up beating yourself up and going down that slippery slope of doing even more? So, what I would encourage you to do, especially if it's the first time or two that you've gotten out and done these things, is just observe what you do. If you do something and it doesn't feel right, it makes you sick, you learn from the experience and you move on, right? Yeah, so when we talk about your mindset, you want to keep your goals in mind. Don't judge yourself and beat yourself up. See all of these as a learning experience, that you're learning something new about yourself, your new stomach, your new body. And enjoy yourself and focus on your achievements and your progress, how far that you've come, how well that you've done. um, the summer can be kind of sprinkled with all of these different events that we're going to. So each event should be an opportunity to see what went well, what didn't go well, and to make adjustments and to be really proud of yourself for how far you've come. Tip number 4 is to focus on non-food related activities. So what are the things that you can do that aren't focused on what's on the table in front of you or what's in the buffet line? What are the other things that you can do? When we get together as family, a lot of times we'll play games. So we'll play a game called Bananagrams, we play dominoes, we might play a card game. So when we're getting together, we're doing something like that. If you're at a barbecue or a cookout, maybe suggest that they play cornhole. Maybe they already have cornhole or horseshoes or something else, badminton or volleyball or something like that, where you can get out and move around a little bit and you're not thinking so much about missing out on what other people are eating. And it'll take your mind off of that. Or if you're at a wedding or a celebration, what about getting out on the dance floor? What about catching up with those people that you haven't seen in forever? So, what are some non food related activities and things that you could do at these celebrations that we are experiencing and enjoying in the summer? Now that we've talked about what to do, how to navigate those summer celebrations, let's talk specifically about a day at the beach. So I love going to the beach. I live in Florida. I don't live too terribly far from the beach, but when I go, it's a whole day thing. I'm gone the entire day. And so I have learned some things over the years about how to go to the beach and really enjoy it and make sure that I'm meeting my own needs. So number 1 is pack a cooler. I think probably most all of us do that, but when you're getting ready to go to the beach, think about what things can you pack that you could munch on and have at the beach and really enjoy. So when we were kids growing up, we had things like pretzels and chips and that sort of thing. And so when I go to the beach, I might have like a little bag of Quest chips that I take with me. I might take a small handful of pretzels with me. I love chicken salad, and so when I go to the beach, I'll have chicken salad, and maybe I'll have like a nice healthy cracker like a Triscuit or a Wassa cracker to use to dip that in there. I'm probably going to have a little baggie with some carrots and some celery and some other fruit. And then the other thing I'll do is that the fluids I'm going to take, I take like a little beach tote bag that's insulated, and so I don't have a ton of room for stuff in there. But I found usually my beach days, I'll take one thing to drink with me, and then I'll shove a couple bottles of water or other drinks in there. And so the night before, I'll pop them in the freezer so that I can use them to keep all of my food cool in my little tote bag that I'm taking to the beach. So that's what my number 1 tip is, to make sure you're packing all those things. What proteins do you have in there? What little things do you have to nosh on? Do you have fruits and veggies and things that you can take to the beach? And using those bottles of things that you're drinking as your ice packs in that cooler that you're taking with you. So make sure you got plenty of fluids to keep you hydrated as well. All right, and then my number 2 tip for the beach is to make sure you're staying active on those beach days. I love to lay there and take in the sun, but I'll make sure I'll take a little bit of a walk down the beach and my time there, or maybe I get out in the water and I'm using a noodle to kind of hold myself up, and maybe I'm kind of walking in place while I'm in the water, which that's a great place to do it. So if you are really need some strengthening in your arms and legs, get in the water and do some exercises when you're in the water at the beach. And then the last thing is just, enjoy yourself when you're there. It's taken me a couple years, but I kind of have this whole rig that I take with me to the beach. And, I've got my lawn chair, I've got an umbrella, I've got my beach wagon, I've got my cooler, I've got a couple towels, I've got a couple blankets, I've got something to read, my phone is charged up, I've got my headphones, so I've got all that checklist of stuff so that I can really go out there and enjoy my beach day. So I don't know how you have done the beach in the past, but I love to be out there all day, and as long as I've got enough fluid, that's the big thing. Really make sure you got enough fluid when you're going out there to the beach. All right? Okay, so those are our pro tips for those beach days, and I promised you a freebie. So go down in our description and you'll find our top 5 strategies for success after weight loss surgery to get you started on the right foot. All right, so go down there and grab that. All right, so you take care, and I will see you again soon.